Debbie, why do valuers and listers make awful branch managers? Talk to me.
Well, it depends. What I do see a difference quite often between the sales and the lettings here, because I have trained and been involved in training on both sides of the business there, and quite often people that are very, very, very hungry salespeople do have a selfish mentality, and that's what makes them very good at what they do. But then what they're not good at then is maybe all the team aspects of it. They expect sometimes other people to pick up the pieces around them. And therefore, when you become a manager, you've got to give up that, well, not give up, but you've got to push aside slightly your own side of things and concentrate on developing the people that work for you. And you've got to invest your time in those people. And if you're not prepared to do that, you'll never be a good manager, because it's all about the people and getting the best. I always used to believe in actually employing people that were better than me, and I always learned from those people. And I'd look at some people and I think, oh, I wish I knew that when I was 20 or whatever. But it's always in, because you're, as a manager and an area manager, you're always successful. You're more successful if the people below you are very successful, and the people that are working for you, and they enjoy working for you, and they're only going to enjoy working for you if you get the best out of them.
Okay, so let's just say you're a red hot valuer and you want to actually progress up the career ladder, but you don't think you've got good managerial skills. Should you be teaching yourself how to manage, or should you be having conversations with your boss saying, I want to earn more but don't want the responsibility?
I think as you have to decide why you want the job. What is it you're looking to get from it?
Status, money?
Yeah, well, if you're looking for the status and money, and I had this conversation with somebody, I remember interviewing them, and I said, and I had a very frank debrief from the interview afterwards. It's somebody externally, and I said, you everything you came across were that you were you wanted all that status, but you didn't want the responsibility that came with this job, and you also didn't come across as that you wanted to learn, because there's some people that can progress and evolve into that, but if you don't want it, then it's never going to be the right thing for you. So let's look at, there's other things that you could do, and very much that there has to be that progression. If they want to evolve, and then you can train them, there's a certain amount you put in a progression plan, a development plan with them, and there's so much they need to do, but then there's so much as a business you need to deliver as well.
And what advice would you give to a neg that wants to be a valuer, which is the next step up?
Yeah, you have to get to know your market. You have to get to know your people. You've got to be your expert in your marketplace. You can't just rock up as a trainee negotiator and then expect to 6 months later become a valuer if you don't know what your customers want, understand what they're looking for, understand how you can be the trusted person, the go-to person. So you have to, you have to keep abreast of everything that's going on in your market. You have to get out there. You have to get in the community and be seen as that person. And because you have to have all that knowledge behind.
It's very easy to get in the community.
Yeah, it's be part of it. It's going and buy your sandwiches in the local sandwich shop, chatting to those people in there. It's getting to know what's going on in the marketplace and what properties and who's who. Integrate yourself in there. You don't necessarily have to live there, because that's always a misconception that somebody has to live in their thing. That isn't always the case. They just have to be passionate about it. You have to know everything. What's going on? What developments? What's the best schools? All of that knowledge, because that's the knowledge that you can impart to people when they're doing viewings. Because you're not just selling the house, you're selling the place as well. And when I was even on lettings, it's no different in a sense of, as you can tell, I'm Bristolian. And I was always passionate about the city, and you're always dealing with lots of people who are coming to the city. So, you're very much a case of trying to sort of extol the virtues of certain areas and things like that. And but it's getting to know your customers and what they want.
What about posting on social media about how you love the area?
Yeah, you've got to be in your local community groups on social media. I think that's...
And just post properties you're selling? Or
No. It's got to be content. It's got to be... You've got to be... I know that's quite difficult quite often if you're working for a corporate, because there's ways and means of what you can do. But certainly, you do get a little bit of latitude really on that. But certainly as an independent, you need to be in all the Facebook groups, the community groups. You need to be putting some content out there. It's not about you. It's about the customer, what the customers want, and what's going on, and as being the local expert. So if somebody's asking a question about something, chipping in, not being afraid, because I think a lot of people are sort of afraid to, what shall I say? What shall I say?
Well, tell you what, I've got a few little tips for you guys, boys and girls out there. If you go to Zoopla and click on the word house prices and type in your town or your postcode district, it tells you how many houses have sold in the last 12 months, their average price, and what Zoopla thinks the average house is worth in that area. And you could drop those little tweets out. A lot of my clients do that, and people think they're wonderful.
Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah. No,
Any other advice? For valuers, branch managers wanting to be area managers.
Branch managers want to be area managers. You really need to start really understanding the psyche of people, because as an area manager, it's all about the people, because you're not there on the ground being able to do the job. You've got to be able to motivate people. One of the things I did, which I found a little bit difficult when I first moved from a branch manager to an area manager, was remote management as well. Because when you're a branch manager, you can see everything going on. When you're at the other end of the phone, you have to rely on what other people are doing. So you have to evolve. You have to sort of look at your skill sets and the things that you need to evolve and develop, and any weak areas and things.
Excellent.
Thank you very much.